What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are gonna do a unboxing video. You may have seen on my Instagram that there is a package from JMPB-PARTS.com. I ordered some parts for the Fox build. Now JMPB Parts doesn't really sell Fox parts, but this is a great example that you don't have to search for specific parts for your bike. You can buy parts from a other brand and they will fit your bike if you do your research right. Now I ordered some stuff for the fork. The whole fork assembly is a little bit of a nightmare. It's gonna be a little bit of a Frankenstein build with this fork, but I want this fork to be on there. It is a nice looking fork and it's gonna suit the bike very well. Also, I bought some stuff for the engine, but let's just open up the box and I will show you what I got. Of course, as always, nice packaging. I wouldn't expect anything less from JMPB Parts. In my previous builds with the Chow, I always went for JMPB Parts. And of course, I was excited when I found out that I could buy some parts from JMPB-PARTS.com to fit on the Fox. Now, the first thing that was a problem with this fork was the whole clamping assembly. There were some parts short on it. Now I found out what brand of fork this is and I went on JMPB and I found the parts that I need to make this fork work. Of course, still we're gonna have to do some customization to the frame, but that's not a big deal. But the main issue that I had is that the locking nut wasn't included in the fork. This is a second-hand fork. So yeah, that was a little bit of trouble, but I was able to buy a complete set with everything in there and it looks absolutely nice. But the main thing that I'm gonna use is this nut right here. I'm just gonna give it a little check and see if it fits. And of course, it fits nice and smoothly. So the fork can go on there. I also got the other parts, the bearings and the cups, but I'm not gonna need them. I might replace the bearings for these new ones, but for now I don't really need them. I maybe swap out the cups, but who knows. I'm pretty happy that I got this nut and it was pretty cheap to get. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. First part, the front fork, bearing, assembly and whatever. A link is gonna be in the description down below for every single part that I got, so you can check it out there or you can go to jmpbparts.com and see what you can buy on there. Now the next part I got, and I don't think a lot of people know this, but you can get a free keychain on jmpbparts.com. This of course says JMPB.nl, which they're located in. They are a Dutch brand. But yeah, you can get a free keychain with every order that you get. You just have to put it into your cart and then you can have this to go on your bike or your key or whatever. So you can represent JMPB-PARTS.com and that is always a good thing. A good brand needs to be represented. Next part is the front axle. As you know, we had a little bit of a problem. The fork axle, the original one, was a 12 millimeter. The front wheel axle was 11 millimeters. So we needed to buy a bigger axle. So I got one. It was the right dimension. And as I can see, it fits perfectly in here. We're gonna go up close with every single part. But of course, even with this part, everything was included. The nuts, the axle, the shims, everything was in here. So I'm pretty happy about that. And as I can see, the axle fits perfectly. Okay, next part is the air filter. Of course, we're gonna put on a new carburetor. I'm gonna save the carb for last. But we got a new air filter. It is a Power One Performance part. And of course we had to go really fancy. And we got this style of air filter. We got it at a 45-degree angle, so it could stick out of the engine a little bit. I'm gonna show you when I get the car, but it looks pretty nice. You got them in different colors. You got them in just metal color. This is the red version, and you also have the black version, but it looks absolutely amazing. Gonna look nice on the bike. It's gonna be like a subtle touch of red, not too bright, but still a nice part to have on the bike. Now, last part is the carburetor itself. The main part of this unboxing, well, the one that I'm most excited about. This is a 21 mil carb. It's one of the biggest carbs that I had on any bike. And it looks absolutely amazing. It is a replica. I'm not gonna buy a high-class carb for this. Maybe in the future we go that route, but for now I'm just gonna get a replica carb. Let me put this little guide on here, and would you look at that, it looks absolutely beautiful. Let's put the air filter on here to see how it looks, and this is how it looks. It looks absolutely amazing. Now this is everything that I ordered from JMPB-PARTS.com, but let's have a closer look at every single part. So the first thing we're gonna look at is the keychain, the free keychain that you get with every single order, but you have to put it into your shopping list to get it. But it's nice stuff. You can get this keychain for free from JMPB-PARTS.com, whatever order you place. Next up is the headset, the head bearings or whatever, with the cups, with everything you need. These are the two cups that go into the frame. I don't think I'm gonna have to use them because it's for a different model, of course, and this is a little bit too big or too small for the frame that I got, so I'm not gonna need them. But I tested it out and everything should fit. I could replace the old bearings with these new bearings, which wouldn't be a bad idea. Why not put new bearings in there? But the main piece that I was looking for was this little piece. This was not included with the fork itself, so I had to buy it, but it was cheap enough to buy the complete kit so I can have the bearings and whatever. Now this piece I might use, but I'm not really sure if it's gonna fit or not because I didn't measure the tube that this goes on. This sits on the bottom, and then there is the bearings and the cups right here, and that is how it all pivots. I could use this. Of course, I'm gonna have to modify the frame to fit this whole assembly and the fork, and this might be a little bit handier because it's a little bit smaller than the one that it's on there. The one that is on there has a big clip right here, but this is a low profile one, if I would say. But I'm gonna have to see if that really works, if the dimensions are correct, and I can use this to get more clearance to get that fork on there. Well, not really the fork, but the triple tree, it needs to clamp down. But you can check that video out and you can see whatever the problem is gonna be, and of course when we work on it I'm gonna explain it again. But yeah, this is the part that I wanted. It looks really nice. I'm pretty happy. It fits even with the other cups that are on the frame. It still fits. It rotates smoothly. I'm gonna show you with this. It's just put the bearing in and then it rotates like that. It's pretty smooth, but we will see if we can use the cups or not. If I can use the cups and this little piece, I'm gonna replace everything because it's new parts, why not? Next up, the axle that I wanted, the bigger one. Of course, I'm gonna have to modify the wheel to get that all worked out, but you get a lot of parts. You have these two big nuts right here to clamp it into the fork. Then you have these little guys to tighten the bearings, make them all fit nice. And then you have this locking nut. For some reason I only got one. I was expecting two, but I guess this kit just comes with one. I'm gonna contact JMPB Parts to see if this is correct. If not, they're just gonna send me one, but I can make it work with just one. It's not a really big deal. Then I have these other parts, which I don't really gonna use. I don't know what axle this is from. I just got the dimensions that I needed and bought this axle, but there will be a link in the description down below for every single part that I have right here, so you can check it out for yourself and then you can see for what it is and what it's used for or whatever. Next up, the air filter. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. It is at a 45-degree angle. I already tried it a little bit on the bike with the carb, and as I can see, I'm pretty happy I chose a 45-degree angle because it's going to be a tight fit. It's a big carb. It's a small space that needs to get in there, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with 45-degree angle. With the air filter, of course, you get your clamp, a nice shiny clamp, and you get this piece right here that fits inside of here. You just need to slip it over your carb and then you can attach the air filter on there. It is a tight fit, but I'd rather have it tight fitting than loose fitting, so yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Next up is the carb itself, the main piece of my order right here. As you can see, the fuel goes in here. I'm pretty happy that this is just like this. I like the style of this. You have your idle screw right here. Then you have here your air screw. This model comes with a hand choke. This means that you have to pull it right here, twist it a little bit, and then it stays. And when your bike is running fine, twist it again and pull it down. I didn't want to use a cable one. You can have them with that small little lever on your handlebars, but I like the clean style of just putting it just like this and then it goes away. Of course, if you use the lever one, you have another cable that needs to run, but I didn't want that, so I got this one. But yeah, let's open it up and see what we got. First, we're gonna open this top here and see what the slider is. As I already saw, it is a round slider, not a flat slider. I'm not really sure about what the benefits are from a round slider. I'm gonna have to look into that. When I got that information, of course, I'm gonna share it with you guys, what the benefits are. On the top, we have a small gasket right here, so it's completely sealed off. That is pretty nice. A pretty hefty spring, so you're not gonna have to be concerned of the return of your throttle. Let's get the slider out of there. There is a needle right in here that we can adjust. That's always nice. Especially look for this carb to be adjustable so we can have a nice running bike. And this is the slider. As I told before, it is a round slider. It's pretty hefty. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm happy it's not a plastic slider. So yeah, needle goes in there. Adjustability, I'm pretty happy with that. So now let's get the float off of there, see what kind of jets we have and how the float itself looks. And here it is. Let's get this gasket off of there. This is the float, a lot of jets in here. You see if I can see how big they are. Don't really can see it. Yeah, there's not really a marking on there, but I'm not really too concerned of that. We're just gonna have to tune it. Get a jet in there that looks pretty similar. Here it is, the inside looks pretty nice. I'm gonna put it all back together and see how it looks on the bike. I'm gonna hold it up there or prompt it up there, I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna see how it looks on the engine, of course. So here it is, and it looks absolutely amazing with that carb. But as you can see, it's gonna be a very tight fit. Even the intake, I'm gonna have my work cut out for this one. So close and such a tight bend. As you know, it is a square hole and a round hole that all needs to combine together. We're gonna have to put on a nice flow, but as you can see, it looks absolutely amazing. I cannot wait until it's attached to this and we have a rolling frame. That's gonna be much more nicer to work on. Working on a bike, not just an engine, not just a frame, but a completely rolling bike. But I am happy about that. I already sent a picture to the shade and he was absolutely stoked about it. It looks so good. I'm pretty happy about it. But yeah, there is still a lot of work to do. I mean, next week I'm gonna try to tackle the forks, see if I can figure that out. That is also gonna be a step. Then we're gonna have to get the wheels over here because the shade has the wheels. We cleaned them up and did all nice stuff to it. Also, we're gonna have to get some tires on there and then we can start welding on the frame. I think I'm gonna have to cut a little bit to get that carb to fit, but it's gonna fit on there. I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, how can you not be excited about this? I know it's a little bit crooked and wonky and I still need to figure out how I'm gonna mount it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. It looks so nice. The small little touch of red with the air filter, the aluminum, the chrome. It looks so perfect with the black and whatever. I am so happy about it. Imagine this combined with this in a fully set bike. It is gonna be amazing. I'm pretty happy about that. But next week, start tackling this, get this all figured out, all this mess right here. Then I'm gonna paint strip this. I want a clean aluminum. We don't want this purple, or it looks a little bit bluish on here, but it is purple. We don't want that. Still need to figure out the handlebars. This is my handlebar for my RCX. That is not going on this bike. We're gonna have to source new handlebars, get that 333 on there, get that nicely seated, get it ready to be completely on the bike and never have to be taken off again. For the meantime, of course, put the front wheel in it, figure that all out. I don't have to completely figure it out, but it has to be in there and rolling. Then I can put the engine back in there. And when I do that, I can start figuring out the spring. That is gonna be my main concern. Get that spring mounted. That one, it looks good, and two, it is functional. It still needs to be functional. After that, we have a rolling frame, and then I'm gonna be pretty happy about that. Then we're gonna have to worry about the stand and whatever, how we're gonna do that. If you're gonna buy a new stand, figure out the exhaust. So much stuff still to do, but I'm pretty happy with this. We got the parts to make it happen, so we're gonna make it happen. So that is gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. And if you're not already subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.